This morning's readings are from the Teachings of Kirpal Singh. The first selection is from the volume titled Meditation and is called The Importance of Meditation. Whenever the mind has clear understanding and is inclined toward God, then quickly sit down for meditation. Do not wait for tomorrow. Do not wait even a few hours, or his mood will change and again he will cheat you out of the benefit. No matter what you are doing, when mind and soul are one, sit in meditation at once. Who knows what will happen in the next minute? Such an ideal mood is rare and valuable. There should be no delaying to take advantage. The light of life is in you. Indeed, you live by that very light, whether you realize it or not. Each one of you has had an experience of that holy light. Now you must live in constant contact with the holy light. It is uncreated and shadowless, eternally the same and peerless. The whole creation came into being by the same light, and that very light is shining in every heart. All are divine in nature, and religion is the expression of divinity already existing in man. The light of life must be made manifest in existence. Be ye a witness to the light of life, not only within yourself, but in others as well. For the same light shineth everywhere, and there is no place where it is not. Once you discover this light and learn to live by it, your whole existence will be changed. Love will permeate your very being, and it will burst forth from the very pores of your body, transmuting all dross into sterling gold. Love, you must know, is both the means and the goal of life. Love, light, and life are but different facets of the one divinity. Try to become a channel for the divine, and the divinity will then flow through you. This is not something impossible, but it is the very acme of all human endeavors. In this world of matter, one has of necessity to deal with matter. We have to make the most of the material raiment and the material world given to us. It serves a great purpose in the divine plan of evolution. Matter is the ladder by which means the spirit has to rise above body consciousness and move into the realm beyond, the realm of spirituality, its native habitat. Learn to make the most of the means given to you, and surely as day follows night, the victory shall be yours. A true Christian ought to take up his cross daily. The cross represents the physical body standing with outstretched arms. You have to rise above body consciousness. You have to be reborn into the kingdom of God. The disciple must know how to die daily so as to be able to enjoy life eternal beyond time and space. Simran and Dhyan, meditation, flood the spirit with the waters of life. Spirit comes to its own, rises in its latent godhood, and, like a tumultuous mountain stream, rushes headlong toward the ocean of life, which is its perennial source, and merges therein, losing its separate identity. A true master is not a mere human being, but has become one with God, and as such contains in himself the powers of all the gods and goddesses. He is veritably the Word made flesh and blood. The one lesson that such a master teaches his disciples is to meditate always upon the Lord, the Creator of everything, and never forget him. Be the worshipper of the living light. Become a slave to it. Do not attach yourself to anything else, for everything is changeable. The masters say, stop where you are. Look at your condition. It is all through the lack of meditation, and the only cure is to join the soul back to the Lord. Even a little intoxication derived from steady daily practice will start to erase the taste for outer pleasures. These outer attractions are making it extremely difficult for the mind to withdraw and go inward. If we start to enjoy inner sweetness, when that sweetness comes, this outer flavor is not to the liking. Naturally, the sweeter taste will render others insipid. The cause of all our distress can be traced to the fact that we have not been drenched in the true color of Nam. But if the soul does not learn to leave the body at will, and has not derived intoxication from being drenched in the color of Nam, no amount of speech or action will achieve success on the spiritual path. Remember this fact, for it is clear and simple. Listen, open your ears and listen. He who has made his meditation has made everything. He whose meditation is not made will enjoy no meaning in his life's achievements. There is great purpose behind this emphasis on the importance of meditation. If your daily life is not under control, try to bring it in control, or give more time to meditation, and you will be able to gain control quicker. He who becomes the conscious co-worker of the divine plan will find that his righteous life is made. Whatever he does will be performed righteously. He will not be able to act otherwise. The reason behind your failure is that you have not truly loved your master, but have merely made a show in various ways, physically and financially or by lip service. There is no one who has sacrificed his mind to the Guru. Without giving up the mind, there is no success. When will you actually experience the fact that you and he are not separate and not different? When you separate yourself from matter by self-analysis. You can try by feelings or through inferences, but both are subject to error. Seeing is above all. When can one see oneself or the soul in its native clarity? Control the senses, still the mind and intellect, then the soul is seen in all its glory. He who knows himself and knows he is the mouthpiece of God, that God is working through him, he is free from illusion. Great power arises from such a condition. Do your bhajan and simran. Release the soul from mind and senses. Bhajan and simran are food for the soul. Do not give food to the body without first giving food to the soul. Learn how to leave the body at will and transcend into the upper regions. If so, we will benefit in two ways. First, we will know how to leave the body as we have learned to do so daily, and when death comes, there will be no pain and no fear. Secondly, by traveling frequently in the higher regions and returning to the earth at will, the fear of our unknown destination will vanish, and we will develop an unwavering conviction about the true life. Its mystery will be revealed. It is no use waiting for death to discover the facts of life. The masters come, lift up their hands, and shout to the world, "O brothers, do your meditation, for without it you cannot be free." The precious moments of earth life spent in spiritual practices count creditably towards one's eventual emancipation from the wheel. Be regularly and lovingly devoted to your holy meditations, as that is the central pivot around which the whole sacred teaching revolves, and therein an all-round development of the soul is granted. The next selection is titled Shabd. There was great beauty in the Shabd. It had a music that was beyond any music created by man, and which drew the soul towards itself. It was forever calling the spirit towards its divine home, and though it was not heard by ordinary men, yet those who had developed, through practice and the grace of Sadhguru, the capacity of inner hearing, could hear its melody every minute of the day. now growing stronger as the mind focused itself at one point, now dimming and fading away as one's thoughts scattered in various directions and attention was dissipated. It was Shabd that was the true anchor of the seeker. It was the conscious power that had brought everything into creation, and it was also one's real master, the Shabd Guru. For the Satguru in his human form was its physical manifestation. Shabd brings in untold blessings. It is the powerhouse of all energy or force in whatsoever form, from pranas down to electricity and magnetism. Every form of life is the manifestation of Shabd. All that is of Shabd, and nothing is that is not of Shabd, life current pulsating in and out of space. Those who commune with Shabd and live in and by Shabd are verily the children of the Supreme One, the life of life and the light of light. Shabd is the very bread of life, which comes down from heaven for all those who hunger after righteousness, and the very water of life for those who thirst after self-knowledge and God-knowledge. True love, wisdom, and power are the greatest gifts that one gets by basking in the sunshine of heaven's light. Surat and Shabd are naturally related to each other. Shabd is characterized by light and sound principles, wherewith the mind gets stilled and the spirit, freed from the clutches of the mind, is irresistibly drawn by the Shabd and is taken to her native homestead from where the sound current is emanating. On the other hand, those who take up practices involving pranas cannot go beyond the frontiers of prana, which extend to the mental or astral heaven, Chidakash. But a Shabd yogin can go freely, openly, and honorably to wherever he likes, because Shabd pervades everywhere without ever any limitations, and reach the true home of his Father. The particular sounds that have an upward pull are 5 in number, as stated by the various saints, and may be apprehended through their grace and contacted in their company. Such sounds carry with them the effect of the spiritual planes from which they proceed, and in turn produce the same effect on him who comes in contact with them. They have their own heavenly melodies, the rapturous strains of which depersonalizes the soul by freeing it from the chains of mundane life. Whoever comes near the fire gets warmth, no matter whether he does so of his own accord or not. So the holy Nam or the divine song cannot but influence you when you come in contact with it, whether you will it or not, and are in time or out of time. The power of God cannot but influence you, should you get in touch with it. The outer music has a marvelous effect on all living beings. It shakes off the grievous burden of the oppressive sorrow and unrest, under which one incessantly groans, and drives away all thoughts. It washes away the dirt of everyday life by its melodious tunes and captivates the soul. It withdraws the mind from tumultuous hubbub of the objective worlds. It concentrates the mind naturally, without having recourse to any fabricated methods. Music, indeed, has ever been the art of saints. These spiritual sounds are aids on the spiritual path. A competent master at the time of initiation gives full instructions on how to differentiate between them from plane to plane, as well as how to catch hold of them on the onward march to the highest spiritual realm. Herein then lies the need for a master soul, for he is the inspirer of Hari Nam, the divine word, in the depths of one's soul. Without him, the eternal song ever remains a shrouded mystery, with no access thereto. As music personified, he is competent to manifest it, make it audible, and thus lead one to the seat of the Almighty. If one could discover this audible life stream within oneself, if one could discover its lower reaches, one could use it as a pathway leading to its source. The currents might at certain points enter gorges and rapids, but nevertheless they are the surest way on the upward journey. Be a range however unscalable, the waters will have cut a path and carved a passage, and he who will avail himself of their guidance would never fail to find a way. And since this nam or word current springs from the anam or the wordless, he who holds firmly to it will inevitably reach the starting point, transcending plane after plane of varying relativity until he arrives at the very source of name and form, thence to merge into that which has no name or form.